Hi guys and welcome back to Football Manager 2018. We're about to play Lugano away in the Swiss the Swiss Arena. So I'm going to make a couple of changes today actually after the horror show that was the second half against Verona in the last episode. So let's Bonucci will come back into the side here for Paletta, who, a bit unfair on Paletta, he's not done anything wrong, but at the end of the day, I want the trio that we really want to have as our partnership there at the back. We'd like the trio to come back together. Rodriguez is going to come in for Antonelli. Antonelli, who's been absolutely sensational, but we're going to bring Rodriguez back in for this one. Bonaventura is going to replace Çalhanoğlu, who's been pretty disappointing. Bonaventura's been poor himself, but at the end of the day, let's have a bit of rotation here, and Cutrone is going to come on. However, I'm going to give him personalised instructions to play as an advanced forward, as is his preference. I think that's what we're going to do today. I don't see anything else. Who wants Abate? Chinese team. Borini and Kalinic, do any of them? Borini will get on the bench, I suppose. Okay, 3-2-3-2 from them. Hopefully we can break that down assertively. Expect nothing but a win. They've left Çalhanoğlu out. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Franck Kessie is indeed just being rested. So let's encourage them. Let's get into this here. FC Lugano of, I want to say, Switzerland. That's really terrible not knowing that. Come on, let me click. I hate this sometimes. There we go. FC Lugano of Switzerland. There we go. I did know it. Krasnodar 1-0 up in France against Nice, which is surprising. Dominating the possession here, first 20 minutes, but nothing created so far. Obviously a game we want to be winning here. Draw wouldn't be the end of the world, but the lack of creativity is really, really concerning. Well, that's the first half, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been an absolute thriller. Not a single highlight. Now we need to assertively tell them that it wasn't good enough. Okay, let's change it up. Let's go 4-2-3-1. Let's bring on Borini for Bonaventura. We will go with, yeah, we'll take off Bonucci for Silva. Let's just stick. We'll stick two up front. We'll make Silva support. We'll take Bilia off. Kessie and Locatelli will play together, as they are the first choice partnership for us. We're going with what essentially amounts to a 4-2-4 or a 4-2-2-2, however you wish to look at it. Suso picking it up now wide right, Locatelli coming forward, pings it out to the other side. It'll come to nothing. I at least expect something to happen in this formation. Oh, here we go. 63 minutes of football before anything happens. Locatelli finds Suso, crosses it in. Cutrone hits the post. It's a terrible miss actually. He's only, 6 yards out there, and he's volleys are onto the post. Counter attack is on. Musacchio will cut it out, but a terrible clearance right back to the man who played it in the first place. Bit of defending to do. Franck Kessie just brings the man down. That'll do for now, I guess. Okay, the action's actually started to happen here. Rodriguez to Cutrone, who obviously can't finish it off, not being in the box. Borini rolls it to Locatelli. Out wide to Rodriguez. Hits it in. Suso's arriving and he sweeps it into the net. It is 1-0. It is about time. We need this momentum going into the Udinese game, which is in 3 days, I believe. But, I mean, absolute domination. Absolute domination from us today. 17 shots to, 18 now to their 3, and over 60% possession. That's playing with a much more aggressive tactic in the second half, not even trying to retain the ball now. Borini holding it up for an overlap from Rodriguez, who plays it quickly for Cutrone to chase. It's easily cut out though. Rodriguez will then head it to Locatelli. That's good play. Locatelli into Cutrone, tees up Andre Silva, who goes all the way back to Calabria. That's a bit weird. Calabria dinks in a cross. Andre Silva will slip it in. It's a sensational 1-2 actually. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say he knew exactly what he was doing there. Knocked it back for the cross, and then made the run. Rodriguez now with the throw. Can we pile on some misery that Lugano probably don't really deserve? Cutrone's ball in, cut out well. Played long, although talking about not deserving it, they really wouldn't deserve a consolation as they come forward on a possible counter. It will be nicked though by Romagnoli. That's another thing I don't like about this game. It's kind of predictable when they're going to nick the ball. Your player or the opposition player just kind of stands there with it for a while and allows them to take it. Silva now to Cutrone. He plays it wide for Rodriguez, who will angle a great ball in for Silva, and he'll just tap that in. I mean, Silva's 2 goals today, just absolutely on a plate from the fullbacks. Brilliant work from them. 3-0. 3-0, good result, job done, but really need to translate this European form to the league now. Much rather have a good showing in the league than in this largely pointless European competition. As Borini holds the ball up, plays it to Locatelli. We're over the 3 allotted minutes here. Surely it should be time. I've also noticed, in contrast to Football Manager 2017, it goes way over the allotted added time, whereas on FM17, 90% of the time it would end immediately after the 3 minutes. This goes way over the allotted time. And there we go. 3-0 the final score. A good result. Yep, passionately tell them we're happy with that. Get them fired up, get them happy. Get them anticipating this Udinese game that's coming up now. Udinese sit in 7th place, so they're absolutely no mugs. Easy victory for us there in Switzerland. Surely qualifications in the bag, the reporter's asking. I would imagine that it is. 3 wins from 3. Convincing wins at that. We've already been away to Nice as well, which is probably our hardest game. Managed to get the victory there. So yeah, the Europa League, pretty much job done as far as that's concerned, but that was never the big competition. The big competition obviously is Serie A for us today, or this season I should say. Winning Serie A, bringing Serie A back to Milan, and then bringing Champions League football back to the San Siro clearly has to be our ambition. So let's see how the games go today. Yep, here's this tactical briefing thing, which I'm already letting the assistant manager do. And it's a 1-0 win for Torino at Spal, and Fiorentina get a 2-1 victory, pushing them up to 3rd place in the table. So we're kind of chasing them today as we play Udinese. Napoli are at Bologna, big one that for Napoli, who are sitting 17th, would you believe. Roma are also away at Atalanta, Roma sitting 13th in a big game there. Benevento are now going to Turin to face Juventus, so it'll be interesting to see if they can shut up shop there and get anything. Inter away at Chievo, Inter sitting in 12th place, and 9th place Lazio will host Verona. Verona who will be on a high after coming from 2-0 down against Milan. So 4-0 to Lazio. Well, clearly Verona didn't take that much confidence out of coming back against us. So the question is here, do we change the formation? And the answer is absolutely we change the formation. Rodriguez and Calabria there. In the middle will be Romagnoli and Bonucci, trying to get the partnership going between those two. Locatelli and Biglia, will they be the starters? No, I'm going to take Biglia out actually. Front Kessie can get his place back. Locatelli will go back to being the playmaker. Musacchio obviously out for Suso. Bonaventura will actually start off the left hand side rather than Borini. We will give Bonaventura his personalised instructions to be an inside forward. Musacchio will come off for Çalhanoğlu. He can get his position back in there. Musacchio will take Paletta's spot on the bench, but obviously Paletta will come back in for this one because we get the massive amount of subs. Sportelli will go back down to the under-20s. Yep, and the bench will be filled out by the rest of them. Andre Silva has to come back into the side after scoring so many goals. And I think this is pretty much the team. So it'll be Donnarumma, Calabria, Bonucci, Romagnoli, Rodriguez, Locatelli, Franck Kessie, Suso, Çalhanoğlu, Bonaventura and Silva. Bonaventura really has to start impressing actually, or he could find himself out the squad here. I'm actually surprised to see Bonucci has a 7 average rating there. He's been pretty poor most times. Standard 4-4-2 here from Udinese. Hopefully that leaves them pretty open and we can get in about them here. If nothing else, it should be a pretty good game. A standard 4-4-2 generally tends to be quite attacking. There should be space in the hole for Çalhanoğlu to operate. Çalhanoğlu, who will take a free kick now early doors, pings it way out wide. I don't know why, there's nobody there. Headed away, it will be picked up by Lasagna, I presume his name is. Calabria, Locatelli, we've got a bit of chance here. Fired forward to Andre Silva, slips it in for Franck Kessie on his return, and he scuffed it into Scuffet's arms, or Scuffet's arms I should say. That's a big chance that goes begging here at San Siro. The chances don't seem to come for us that often here as well. As it Inter take the lead, it's whipped in as Udinese take the lead. Demand more out of them there. Jankto scores from the corner, Udinese 1 up. It's not quite panic stations yet, but I'm not at all happy with what we've seen so far. As Inter go 3-0 up at Chievo. We are dominating the game here, but not exactly playing well. And there's a second card for Barami. We'll now be playing against 10 men for 55 minutes. Surely we'll be able to do this. As it's played forward, Andre Silva picks it up. Rolls it inside to Franck Kessie. Nobody ahead of him though, with Silva out wide, and it's easy for Scuffet to stop him again. Really have to ask where our players are when we're getting forward. As Fofana picks this up now, easily rolls it to Halfredsen. Marega, Samir, back to Marega, who tees one up. Donnarumma has to make the save. So they go down to 10 men, and within 5 minutes, Donnarumma's having to make a save. No wonder the stadium's always so empty. Whipped in, Silva heads it away. Fofana will knock it back in, away by Bonucci. Hopefully the danger should have passed. Fofana goes back out to Halfredsen. Into Jankto, but a good challenge by Locatelli, and Calabria can get rid of this. But 8 shots, 7 on target, and we've seen 2 of them, and they were both pretty useless. It's not good. We've got 45 minutes here against 10 men to come back as Juve take the lead on half time against Benevento. They need to be put on blast yet again. The question now is, do I do what I did a minute ago? Do you know, let's try it. Silva and Cotroni will play together. He will be in the support role now. Bilia will come on for Franck Kessie, which moves Locatelli box to box. And keeps Bilia there. Do I make the third sub? I kind of want to bring on Antonelli for Rodriguez, who's been poor, but I'm going to save that sub in case we need it for an injury or something. Tell them to show some damn passion. They seem to just lie down when they get beat. When they're struggling to score, they seem to just fade, shall we say. Bilia forward to Andre Silva. Let's see if the 2 up can combine. Silva finds Cotroni. Cotroni holds it for a minute. Plays it to Locatelli. Bit of space now. Can he find a pass here? No, he can actually lose the ball to Fofana. Plays it forward to Marega now as they try and counter. Given away though. Bilia, Bonaventura, Cotroni. Plays it to Andre Silva. Can he play in? Bilia, he can. Can he finish? No, he cannot. It's a really, really poor effort. We need one of these things to fall for us here. 30 minutes to go, still 1-0 down against 10. Okay, 20 minutes to go, still 1-0 down against 10. We're going to have to overload them now. Push up as much as we can. Go for some more direct passing. I think I'm going to bring on Antonelli. It's a sad day when you're changing your left back to try and win a game. As Juve double their lead at home to Benevento, I'm now going to have to tell them to push forward. It's an absolute disaster show here. 1-0 down. We don't seem to like home games for some reason. As Cotrone skips past one, tries to bend it, it's miles wide. "10 minutes left before we've been absolutely humiliated at home against 10 men. Bonucci playing it long. Bonaventura picks it up. He finds Andre Silva. Deflected. Suso, and it is 1-1, but it's still an embarrassment if we don't get another goal. I'm going to have to tell them to push forward again. This would be one of those horrible results where we're absolutely gutted, and it's harsh on Udinese as well. 5 minutes to continue pushing forward here and get something. 22 shots and only 1 goal. It looks like Udinese are going to hold firm. As Vidmer clears it, picked up by Antonelli. 10 seconds left to break their hearts. Antonelli digs it in. Silva's in there, heads it, but it is over the bar. And it's going to be another disappointing draw in the league. Against 10 men. And again, they're going to have to get put on blast. I believe this is the 3rd league game in a row where I've just had to go through them in my team talk. And that sets us up to go away to high-flying Sassuolo, which is not something that I want to do off the back of a piss-poor draw. But I dare say, it does look like we've lost that momentum that we built. You know, the good results away in Rome and in Naples, they've been undone by poor results at home against Udinese and Benevento. And away at Verona, I may add. We haven't won in the league now. It's 3 games in a row we've failed to win. Out of the last 6, we've only won 2. It's not good stuff. If we look at the table, it makes for pretty poor reading as well. We're down here on 16 points. We're 2 behind Bologna, who've yet to play. They're playing Napoli, Atalanta playing Roma. Let's round out the day's action. See where we end up at the end of it. Napoli and Roma both winning, which is interesting. So Roma are now on 11, Inter are on 11, Napoli are on 9. So they're all still actually quite a ways behind us, which is strange considering how poorly we've played. Juve are miles ahead now. They're 7 points ahead. They're gone. Still only 2 points actually behind second place somehow. Nobody's been playing well this season. It's been a really poor showing from everybody, and Juve are just going to absolutely stroll this league. Obviously their squad's a class apart, but it's been really poor from everyone else in terms of the performances. It's another sobering episode in the league. We had, obviously last time out was a really depressing one with the 2 poor draws. We had a little bit of a pick-up against Lugano, but then against Udinese we were really poor again. 10 men we were playing for most of that game at home, and we couldn't break them down until 5 minutes from the end. Next time out we're against Sassuolo, and honestly I fear for us a bit. Then we host Sampdoria, who could go either way. They're a bit like Fiorentina in a sense that one day they make you look like mugs and then the next day you absolutely batter them. So hopefully we get them on one of those days where we can batter them. But that's for next time. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Again, as I said at the end of the last episode, it's a poor episode in terms of our performances and results, but you get those days in football sometimes. You get these periods you have to go through. Hopefully we can make the team bounce back and get the momentum going again that we had for a couple of games there. But as I say, I hope you've enjoyed the episode, and at least you're enjoying following the series and the team, even if we're not getting on that well at the moment. It is a rebuilding job. And hopefully maybe some additions in the January transfer window if necessary, and possibly getting rid of some dead weight, because I feel we are a bit bloated with some players who are all kind of about the same level. unfortunately Kalinic and Borini do join permanently, so we'll have to deal with them being here for quite a while yet. Anyway, if you guys have enjoyed this episode, please drop down below and leave a like. It really does help out the channel, especially for small channels such as myself. If you're enjoying following the series, you can also subscribe to the channel, which would be much appreciated. But overall, just thanks for watching, and I will see you next time for Sassuolo and Sampdoria.